Hi, I'm Steph.
Hi, I'm Katie.
We're super excited to have the author of The Tourist Attraction, Sarah Morgenthaler, here with us today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, we're going to ask you a few questions, talk a little bit more about the tourist attraction. Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Perfect. So, first, do you want to just give us the elevator pitch for the tourist attraction?
Sure. Got my little cheat sheet here. So you have a surly Alaskan diner owner who hates the tourists that come to his town, uh, finds himself falling in love with one of the tourists that comes to his town.
We love
So,
Grant.
there's some really great Alaskan elements here. What kind of research did you do? So I was actually in Alaska researching another book, and I had brought a friend with me. And in between going to places to research this other story, which was actually based in Anchorage, we kept going on these excursions around Alaska. We went whale watching, we went four-wheel off-roading, and we went to see glaciers. And as we're doing all of these excursions, everything kept going wrong. And it was like this series of comedic errors of and like we went whale watching and no whales show up, and things like that. So as I was doing that, I was like, oh, this could actually be pretty funny as a rom-com.
Yeah, Steph and I were talking about how every time you travel, there's that something that goes wrong. And if you're a person that has never had anything go wrong when you're traveling, like I want to be you.
Seriously. So, you went whale watching. Did the same thing happen with one giant whale, or you didn't see any whales?
No whales. I mean, theoretically, the people with the binoculars like promised that there were whales like way out there, but for me, no, I didn't see them. I did see some dolphins, and that was neat. And they were not chumming any vomit. That was I'm like in the book. Basically, a lot of the tourist attraction is things that happened, and I just made them bigger. We when we went out there, it was really rough water, and my poor friend, she had taken the wrong Dramamine, so she was taking the stuff that makes you really sleepy. So she was like half passed out, and people were getting sick, but like not like to the craziness that was happening in the story. So.
Amazing. So, we are all about tropes. We love our tropes. What are your favorite tropes to read, and what are your favorite tropes to write?
I really like friends to lovers, outdoorsy type tropes, slow burn, small town, forced proximity. All of those are good. I also really, really like paranormal romance and fated mates tropes.
Yeah.
I'm all about those. Yeah, werewolves, like that's my jam.
Nice. Yeah, we love forced proximity.
So if you had to pitch the tourist attraction to readers of other books or authors, who would you say would be a good match?
Well, basically, if you enjoy a lighthearted rom-com, then this is a good story for you. If you're looking for something that's a lot more serious, it's maybe not in your wheelhouse. I have heard people say that if you really like The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, that's a character going through Alaska. It's a lot more lighthearted than that book, but I've had some readers say that they enjoyed both books. But if you like Gilmore Girls, if you like Northern Exposure, like shows like that, then this book is probably something you might enjoy.
Didi and I talked about that, like the fact that it's so lighthearted is exactly what we wanted right now. Like,
Yes.
we don't need something really, really serious. We need something that's just going to make us laugh and giggle, and yeah. So we like that part.
Yeah. It's fluffy. Like it's happy fluffy with I tried to put like a little undercurrent of seriousness with the tourist versus tourism, because that happens in a lot of places. People that live there year long experience a lot of frustrations of having just this constant rotation of strangers coming into their town. And I think that does connect with a lot of readers who've lived in tourist areas. But in general, yeah, you're going to get cinnamon rolls the size of your face and dogs in Ninja Turtle pajamas, and that's what you're getting with this book.
So I have a feeling I know what your answer is going to be, but what is your favorite read of 2020 so far?
So I did get to read an arc of You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria, and it is amazing. So good. So I'm telling everyone about that because it's so good.
Steph wants it so badly.
I also really like The Perfect Escape by Suzanne Park. And then Mouthful by C.R. Grissom. That was a really good read.
So do you have a favorite comfort read for when you need something that you just know is going to make you happy?
I do. I have a favorite comfort author, Patricia Briggs. She does a lot of urban fantasy, but she also does some paranormal romance. And her Alpha and Omega series is like my go-to. I'm sad or I'm bored or whatever, insert emotion. So I pick up one of her books, especially Cry Wolf. I like that book a lot.
I did not realize that you liked paranormal so much. I need to you need to give us some more paranormal recs.
Right. It's just a trope I really liked. And when I was learning to write, I didn't have any formal writing training. I went to school for sciences. I'm a geologist. So I have formal science writing training, but not fiction writing training. And I actually learned to write by writing fan fiction for a long time. And I wrote a lot of Twilight Wolves, which is probably why I like the werewolf tropes so much. But yeah.
Are you excited for Midnight Sun?
Not really, because I don't care about vampires. I love the werewolves. And so it was more like, okay, well, that'll make some people happy. When you write something from Jacob, let me know, and I will be there, first person in line.
So most of us are still trapped at home right now. And one of Katie and my favorite thing about the tourist attraction is the fact that it's armchair travel. So if you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Well, we had hoped to take a vacation to either Alaska or Hawaii this year, and that's not happening, obviously. So I wish I was in one of those two places. But also, we worked in Colorado last year and fell in love with the Rocky Mountains, and I would really, really love to go back. Because we have a motorcycle, and we drive around a lot, and so we just drive around on the motorcycle and look at the mountains and look at the wild animals and all that stuff.
The Rockies are beautiful, so I don't blame you for that.
They are, yeah. There's a place called Estes Park in Colorado that is one of my favorite places in the whole country. There's also a lot of elk, and it's actually one of those perfect little tourist trappy areas that is overrun with people, but it's really cool. So they probably don't want me going up there, but I like to go up there.
So I know I've been cooking and baking and playing a lot of Animal Crossing this quarantine. What have you been doing to, kill the boredom?
Editing. I have had so many deadlines during quarantine. This is literally the busiest pandemic I've ever been through. Because I have books 2 and books 3. I had both copy edits, and I had a developmental edit round of one of Enjoy the View. So I've had 3 edit rounds during the last couple months. But when I'm not doing that, we're in Tennessee right now, and so you can get out to the woods without being around people. And so we do like to try to get outside a little bit if we can. And then Netflix and Hulu. I watched Outer Banks. I don't know if you've seen Outer Banks, but Outer Banks is really good. And we're the last people in the world to have watched Veronica Mars. So we're binging Veronica Mars right now. So Logan, yeah.
Yes. Too. I had never watched it either. So
it's really good. Yeah.
I'm watching it. It's good.
Oh.
It's hilarious. I like it.
But that bad boy Logan character, that's also my jam. That's
bad boy with a heart of gold.
Yes, a little snark. Okay, so yeah, that's That's what you'll get when you read some of my books is, you know, a bad guy, or not a bad guy, but just like a
Edgy.
kind of like sarcastic, edgy guy. But when he looks at Veronica, he just like melts into this puddle of fluffy marshmallow goo. And I love that.
Yeah, me too. That's my jam. So your debut, do you have any tips for other aspiring writers?
Writing buddies, that is a big thing. You know, having people you can talk to about just the writing process, and just because there's so much newness that comes at you. You know, if you've never done book promo, if you've never done, you know, had to meet deadlines, all those kind of things, it's nice to have someone who's been through it before. Also, for people that are, you know, still trying to sign an agent or get a book deal, one thing I was thinking is, you know, someone out there is going to love your voice. You just have to find them, and they have to find you. So, you know, cast your net wide. Don't be afraid to just keep sending it out as much as you can, because you will find your editor, you will find your agent.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Is there anything else about Tourist Attraction you want to tell us before we go?
It has been really fun to write. It has definitely been, because actually this is kind of a little behind the scenes thing. I write, up until Tourist Attraction, I've only written like dark, gritty stories. So this was my first time writing rom-com, and I had a blast with it. It was really fun.
Yeah, we just got Mistletoe and Mr. Right arcs in
Oh,
the
did
office,
you?
and I can't wait to go get mine because I want to read it.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen it.
It just came in on Friday, and I stopped by the office on Friday, and
oh my gosh, that made me happy to see that. Well, because I love Lana in there, and it's two lonely people that find each other on Christmas while a moose runs amok in the background, destroying the town. So
this moose?
No, not that moose. It is the Santa moose, the destructive Santa moose that no one has laid eyes on, but it always, like, they come and find like the destruction. So the heroine spends a lot of time during the book trying to find this moose, the scourge, the Christmas scourge.
Cannot wait. So thank you so much for joining us. And if everyone else, if you're joining our book club, don't forget that we're discussing the rest of the book on Friday. So we can't wait to talk to you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.